So now we want to make sure that we have so category.slug. So category, so it's going to be, the problem though is that category can be many, so this isn't going to work. So let's take a look up here. Oh, it's not even category. It's not meta though. It's content. So content.category.slug. I think I get contains, right? I don't actually think so. Maybe I do. I just saw, oh, slug there. What is this saying now? So let's log our docs 0, and we'll do content. See what we get. Perfect. So we have content, and then we have category. So contain is the issue. All right, so let's go back to our docs. And we'll do query, local API, and then this. Okay, let's go ahead and extend this out a little bit more. What I'm looking for is actually our queries, overview, local API. It's contains, not contain. Category, which is the slug. Come back to just the response. All right, and we get 0. So contains content category slug. We'll make sure that that's actually right. So we've got category, which is under content. So content category slug, and then contains must contain the value entered. So then let's go ahead and log category. We get blog. Okay, that is the problem. All right, so we're not actually trying to work with this category. What we're trying to actually get is the slug of the brain isn't working again of this real estate. So this needs to be real estate, which will then give me the docs that I want. It's 2 total docs there. All right, so the problem though now is that I need to get the params or the page path. But I think I can actually, no, I can't get params from here. So I definitely need the page path, which means that I need to make this into a client component. So that tells me that I need to pass this query down a level in order for this to work properly. So why don't we do this? Instead of trying to be way too extra, let's go here to our posts, and in our post config, or page config, because that's what I'm actually trying to do, in our feed block, we can do a new field where we'll just do name, and we can do feed category. In here we can do type of relationship, do relation to, yes, categories. And then here we could do has many. So if it's something that has multiple categories, we can search on that as well. So now we've got something with feed category, relationship to categories. And then if we wanted to get real fancy, we could, we're not even supposed to be in posts. If we go to our pages and then we go to real estate, we could even do a way to filter these out based on the slug here. And so I don't think I want to work with that right now. So we're just going to hit real estate there. And then this is going to take feed category. So then I can come here, which I don't actually need this anymore. So let's go ahead and delete that. Hit OK. Come over. Oh, I can add this back. Excellent. So that should be working again. Our render blocks we saw is working just as it should be. Don't need our package open anymore. So here, I think I may need to generate types, but we'll see what happens if I do. So this is going to come in handy if it's not even category, it'll be like feed type. So feed type, so that way I can do if feed type equals blog, and then I can do blogs of this category. But we'll worry about that later. If there are other content types that get created, like white papers or anything like that, just assuming that this would be an enterprise website. But now I can do props.feedCategory. So I need to map out the feed category real quick. So I can do const categories, and I can set that equal to props.feedCategory.map, and then do category, and then this is going to be our category dot slug. Sometimes things import like you want it to, and then other times they don't. import type category. Then I believe I need to wrap this in parentheses. There we go. And then this is going to be categories. I think I can do, yeah, actually I think that's fine still. Nope, this again. Loving this error life. All right, so none of that should have mattered, but let's change this to in. Let's go ahead and log our categories. I don't need feed type anymore. So there's definitely something going on here. So get rid of that, or maybe there's not, and I have to go into each of these again. So let's do rich text converters index, rich text index, FAQ block. So let's start there. FAQ block item index. Don't tell me. No, it's rich text. That's right. And there's no serialized lexical. So then we can go to our components rich text index, components rich text index. And then we can go to our converters index. And I don't see anything that's worth looking into here, so that's confusing. So let's come back here and go ahead and just, I guess, rid of that for a minute. Config.ts, that I didn't check that. Payload config. Let's take another look here. All right, serialize. Okay, so what's going on now? Nothing in there, nothing there, nothing there. Okay, feed index. I am confused. This stuff drives me crazy, man. It was just working. All right, well, the only thing we changed here, I guess there's a few things, so let's just back it up. Okay, restart the server. My brain is breaking. All right, so here we have the problem. Import trace comes all the way down to our blocks, FAQ block component, item, index.tsx. If I go here, is it because rich text is not use client? That's gonna add some issues if it is the problem. Because I don't think you can have server components in client components. Source, blocks, form, component. Well, this one is use client, so that's definitely not an issue. Rich text index. All right, so we're going to take just another quick look at this. I think we need to call it quits. I'm kind of losing focus here. So what is going on? Import that. Then is there another rich text? Yes, there is. I guess we can just take all of this out. So I have a feeling that my rich text needs to be use client in order for it to be used in client components. Form component again, but now that's not even in there. Okay, so then form fields message. Okay, so there's a few deeper issues here that we need to work through. And I was not expecting the rich text component to be one of them, because then that means it needs to be used at the very lowest level, but I don't know if that's an issue. So hold on. First, let's see in our website template here, we then have our components, rich text index. And so they don't have it as a use client. So I'm thinking that this is not actually something that is an issue, but for some reason I'm facing it. And I wonder if they have anything that would be use client that's using this. So let's take a look. Page client, use client. Yeah, this really can't be an issue. So I am going to undo this. I think I'm thinking a little too deeply about what's going on. That should be fine. Form message. Because everything was working before I went into this. Nope, that still goes away. Then table of contents, you should be good now. Yes, okay. All right, I really don't think that the issue is that it is a server component. Well, it may be. Let's take a look at the Next.js docs. So Next.js, client component in, we're actually server component in client component. This is telling me something that I already know. So can I use a server component in a client component? Be just more specific. Okay, so it may actually be a problem. I don't know why, I'm just figuring it out now. So that means I actually need to change a bit of a pattern as well. So we need to continue doing this. Well, hold on, just a second here. So if we go to the form builder example, so we've got our components, they have rich text. That looks familiar. Okay, index. Okay, so their rich text does not have use client. And then if we go to their message, they've got rich text, which is different actually. Yeah, so, and then if I come down to their serialize lexical example, not a single use client in here either. But I do know that if we go to their form, if I can find it, and the form is use client, then they have their rich text, which is from up a level, components, rich text, which again, if we look at it, not a single use client. So that is not actually what is going on here. So the issue that we're facing, and I guess actually, let's do the to-do real quick. I am not going to commit this because I think if somebody like actually wanted to use this, it would be broken, and that is not a great experience. So for example, I open this up, it's compiling, give it a second, but it's going to compile to this jumbled mess of errors. And this is typically an error that I get when a client component or a server component is used within a client component. But the problem is, I don't think that's the problem, especially since it was just working. So hold on. So let's just get rid of this real quick. We can keep that, get rid of you, get rid of you. There's something wacky happening right now. So that should not have fixed anything, because if the error was truly in like the form and in the FAQ block and in the table of contents, why is this working now? And if I go to contact, for some reason that opened in a new tab, but let's go here. We've got contact us, that just opens up automatically. Here's the form. This is use client. Y'all saw it. And here is our rich text. So we're going to continue adding, and the next time we'll do adding that blog feed with categories, which means that in here we need to get the query blog working. And then that means pulling in, well, I should be able to actually do this. So hold on, const, oh yeah, that's right. So I did const categories. We can do props dot feed category dot map, do category, get that category type in, and we can do category dot slug. Then here I can do log categories. If I go over here to real estate, I see real estate there, and then I should be able to just do blog query there. And then of course, when I add this back in, I think this is what's going to break. It sure will. So that's what we'll figure out next time. So we can come here. I guess we can bring this back down to 2. I added this new relationship field. No, I didn't. Oh, okay. So what we'll do, let's do to do fix blog feed issues, ? And then I think what we can do, yes, so that's good. Let's come over to our categories, I think. Categories is going to be under our collections, categories. Okay, so what I want to add, I already have related docs. Is that what I wanted to do? Let me reread this. So I do still think we're going to use a new collection, new industry collection. And then we'll do a new relationship field for posts to show up on industry pages, in which case we may just do a join field instead of what we're trying to do here. Yeah, we'll see. Or a new join field. So what I'd like to do is have the ability to drop a block in that just, you can check off which box you want for which feed you want. So if I have a blog feed, or if I have a portfolio feed, or I have like webinars, white papers, anything like that, I want to be able to just check a box that says I want this feed in my layout. And then that feed should then be able to query based on that feed type the category of what I want. And so for some reason that's not working. I guess I just need to decompress and think about it some. So we'll call it quits here. Thanks everyone for watching.